So, tonight, Super Speedway League, WTF Racing, Outlaw Science and Graphics, Super Speedway League. Thank you, Chad, for sponsoring the league and helping me set it back up, or giving me ideas to set it back up. So, appreciate it. So, thank you, Chad. Check out his Outlaw Science and Graphics and his designs and deals like that. But, yeah, race number 2. It's going to be Xfinity at Daytona. So everybody's out there qualifying right now. It's going to be fun. Xfinity cars always are good in drafting and have a good draft package. So looking forward to that. Let's just jump right into it. It's going to be fun. We'll see. Let's put this over to the side and we'll pull up this deal so you can see the live timing and seeing who's on the pole and what's where. All right, we're ready. 9 cars in this first heat race. Let's go ahead, put this back, and look at the grid for heat race number 1. As we're waiting for everybody to grid, we'll go through the running order. So, on the pole, it's going to be David Hurt is on the pole for heat race number 1. You can see him in that 77 on the inside line. Good lap time for him, so he set a great lap time. To his outside is going to be David Livingston in the 5, new guy to the league, so looking forward to racing with him and having him in the league. P3 for this heat race going to be Doug. Doug Ezell, he qualified, got in this one, and he's going to try to make a statement. Won the heat race last week. And then to his outside is going to be Jacob Delago in the 8 Dale Jr. paint scheme. Behind him is going to be Jason Matsby. If that's how you say your name. Jason, I apologize if I said it wrong. But so Jason's going to be in the 301 tonight. We got his numbers changed and fixed and stuff. And Clay, he's going to be the only Toyota in the field for this heat race. So he's starting in the 3rd row. In row number 4, it's going to be J.D. Rutzer on the outside in a new flashy paint scheme. And then Brian Wasserman to his inside. And then rounding out the field, last week's race winner, Chad Adams. He's locked and loaded at the back of the field in a new paint scheme. So the field is set for heat race number 1. It's going to be exciting. See who works together. Make your friends and see where it goes. WTF Racing Super Speedway League heat race number 1 about to kick underway. Appreciate Chad for sponsoring with Outlaw Science and Graphics or helping me start back the league up. But heat race number 1 for race 2 of the season is about to get underway. David Hurt and David Livingston going to start the field. We're green in heat race number 1. See the field side by side off of turn 2, dead even, like the start of this one. No cautions in the heat races, so these guys are gonna have to be careful with that. But 5 lap dash for any points that they can gain, and this also sets them for the starting spots for the main. So everybody's gonna have to work for themselves to put them in position to see what they want. You see Doug goes to the outside. So Doug, already trying to make a move, goes to the outside in front of the 8 of Jacob. Doug, winner of heat race number 2 last week, looking to make it happen again in the first one this week. But David Hurt, one of the best super speedway racers that the league has ever seen. Always qualifying good on super speedways. His favorite tracks are super speedways as they're going down the back straightaway. Talk more about Dave in the race, but glad to have him this week. Always like having Dave around. Always a good guy to hang out with and things like that. So cool to have him in here, part of that Tennessee Tango group. But he's sitting second here in the moment on that inside line. Doug trying to be the first one to get that top side rolling. We'll see how it works out for him as they cross the line to complete lap number 2 on to 3. Field's wibbling and wobbling. Gonna have to be careful with that. As Clay, third car on the inside line, got nowhere to go. Not clear on his outside. Got cars all around him, so he can't go anywhere with it if he is able to get a run. David Livingston still out front, though, doing a solid job leading at the moment. We're coming back to the line with 2 to go. See Jason. And I believe that is the 301. Well, Jason and Jacob are trying to help Doug get around the outside and mount a challenge for that top spot as they've worked their way up just a little bit. Just a car got to Dave's right side. They lose it in the corner, but on exit, they're able to get a good run on exit as Little Bob from the inside line. That's going to split up a lot of cars. Clay's going to be stuck in the middle. They're going to make contact down the back straightaway. One to the wall. Everybody able to save it here at the moment is Brian. He's going to go to the top. He's going to push Doug now as we're coming back to the white flag. Everybody, great save. Able to save it. As they cross the line, it's going to be white flag for heat race number 1. David Livingston to his outside, Doug Ezel. Who's going to make it back to the stripe first? From a wide shot in the middle of the infield. Don't count any of these guys at the back. The 19, the 8, the 301, the 54. Don't count any of these guys out. They still got a chance. Daytona, anything could happen. See Chad Adams trying to make a move in the middle. He's going to be able to do it. Clay with a big run. Where's he going to go? Everybody trying to squeeze. Chad barely gets clear on the 5. Maybe not. Back up the track. The 5 goes. Everybody makes contact. 19 spitting. 301 spitting. Coming back to the stripe. Who's it going to be? Chad Adams. Brian Wasserman. They make contact. Brian gets into Chad. Chad spitting in the infield, but Doug Ezel's going to win heat race number 1. Doug goes back-to-back winning heat races. Wins the heat race last week. Wins the heat race this week. Let's go ahead and talk to him now before the second one begins. Doug, do you got a copy?
What's up?
Well, make it back-to-back heat race wins. Won it last week, won it this week. Talk to us a little bit how you got that done.
I just stuck on the outside. The outside seemed to get a pretty good run, and we could kind of stay with them. I could never quite get the full push to get out in front of anybody, but I could stay up there, so I wasn't dropping back. And then I lost my help there, and then Brian jumped up there and gave me that final big push to kind of get me out there, and then it looked like I saw Chad coming, so I dropped down in front of him because I knew he had a run. And then I think him and Brian got together and spun Chad, and then that was kind of, didn't really anybody have a chance after that.
Well, you get it done. You got it done last week off of a good move off of turn 4, and you got it done this week. That's going to set you up good, gain a few points there, so you're all set up. Hopefully be interviewing you here later when the main starts.
I hope, because I need the points from last week, so...
We'll
see how it goes.
Well, good luck the rest of the night.
Alrighty.
Doug Ezel wins heat race number 1. Always good to see Doug run, and when he does, usually really quick with it. So we'll go ahead, get with the field as they're rolling off pit road now. So on the pole for this heat race, it's going to be Austin Albritton on that inside line in the 49. He's going to lead the field after qualifying P2, and then to his outside, and the only Toyota in this one is going to be Bully or Michael Aldrich in that 18 on the outside. And then in row number 2 on the inside in the 55, bright 55, Zach Zaudiver on that inside line. Then To his outside is going to be Mike Presley in the 17 to his outside. And then just behind them in row number 3 is going to be the 00 Chad Adams, or 00 of Greg Everett. So Greg looking to make something happen here as Zach takes the road course approach. And then Brady Watts going to be 6th for this restart, or for the start of heat race number 1. And then at the back of the field, rounding it off, it's going to be Austin Baker looking to make a charge to the front of the field. So this is going to be the starting lineup for heat race number 2 tonight. See who comes out on top. Austin All-Britain, Bully Chef, going to be leading them to the green for heat race number 2. All to play for. Points on the line. Starting positions for the main. All ready to roll. We're green for heat race number 2. See, no help on that outside line. That's going to be bad for Bully as everybody's trying to get clear. Everybody's going to be able to. So, Bully hung out on the outside line, and 2 guys at the front of the field leading some of the most dominant guys in the Truck Series standings. They're going to be battling it, or working together here. So, league's kind of transferring over as the 55 and 49 are going to be working together. So, Zach got 2 wins on the season. Austin All-Britain won last night's truck race at Richmond. So they both are even on that factor with the point, or with wins in the Truck Series. So they're going to be working together. And then right behind them is going to be Mike Presley looking to make a splash for his first win with WTF Racing. Just behind him, Brady Watts wasn't able to make last night, but looking to redeem where he wasn't able to make. And he's looking to make a splash tonight as he's the first one to try that outside line. See if it works out for him. Greg Everett looking for the 4th spot going under his truck driver and Brady Watts, and they make a little bit of contact. Greg sideways gets up into his driver. They all stay straight with it though. Let's ride on board here with Greg for a lap. See what he sees with Mike right in front of him, Zach and Austin leading this field. We're coming back to line with 3 to go. Hear the lift from him, trying to see where he's going to go with it. Riding on board now with Austin as he's just behind the 18 Valvoline scheme. As Greg's going to try to work the top now. Greg going to work the top. We'll see how that works out for him. He's going to go up almost into the wall. As Austin trying to stay still. As Brady, he's going to have a big run. We'll see what he does with it. Not going to be too aggressive and make it 3 wide on this car owner. That's it. Single file coming back to the line. It's going to be 2 laps to go. All-Britain still leading. Zach Zaudiver 2nd. Mike Presley in 3rd. Remember, first race of the truck season, Zach was able to win here at Daytona. Won the first race of the season. We'll see how that momentum transfers for him here for this racetrack. First time back for the league. So we'll see if he's got anything for Austin here. Going down the back straightaway. Everybody trying to build up a run. Mike just off the back bumper of Zach. Just a little bit. As Bully going to be the first one to try to make a move around the outside. See how it works out for him. Trying to side draft. Now Zach goes up to the top. He did this 2 weeks ago. Or he did this last week in the heat race as well. He went, for the main. It was either the main or the heat races. It's white flag. Last lap for heat race number 2. Zach went up, gave his bottom spot open, went to the top and worked with his buddies and teammates. And was able to pull off the win in the heat race last week. So he's looking to do that twice. Is going down the back straightaway. Everybody trying to set up a pass. Bully in the wall. 98 back down in the 10. They're wrecking. 49, 17, 55. Who's it going to be? Coming back to the stripe. Austin gonna have to make it wide. Here they come down the front straightaway. Mike, does he make a move? No, he's gonna sit right in line. And Austin Albritton wins heat race number 2. Go back and see what happened on that last incident there at the end of that. It's just everybody trying to build up runs. We'll go from the far chase cam on the 10. So we see the 98 looking to make it 3 around the outside. And just 18 came up on him. Looked like they're nothing for a Bully to do. And then Brady tried to get around him and get off the wall, and that tagged the 10. So they went around, and just unfortunate situation for them. And then Greg was able to squeak through. But all in all, not what they wanted to finish off the heat race, but come line. Mike had an opportunity possibly to make a move, thought better of it, and just sat in line, gave Austin the win. So that worked out for Austin, and worked out for Mike's strategy. So all in all, a good run for those 3, as the warm-up is going to start now. So warm-up begins. We're ready to start it. We're going to take a quick break here as we just watch these cars drive around the racetrack. As while we're waiting here, we can go ahead and do an interview with some of the guys here. David and Mike, do you guys got a copy?
Yep.
Well, I know Dave, first race back with us, Super Speedway race, so good to have you here. Mike, been running pretty much all the races, and you've been looking good, especially on the Super Speedways. Know that you guys are part of the Tennessee Tango team, so what's your guys' plan heading into the main?
I'm gonna let you answer that one, David. You're the expert, buddy.
Well, we don't really have a plan. I know as far as I want to go, I'm just going to try and play it safe starting off, since this is my first race back. Don't want to ruffle any feathers, but if I'm still there at the end and I have a shot, then yeah, I'll try and make some moves, and hopefully my teammate will be able to get in there and help me, or maybe I can help him, and one of us will get a good finish.
I talked a little bit about you in the heat race, saying that you are one of the best at Super Speedways. We saw you got the pole, and so one of the best at Super Speedways. Mike, you got a good teammate, I'll tell you that. Dave always knows how to get her done on the Super Speedway. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to racing with him. He's teaching me a lot, and I'm looking forward to helping him out too. And so yeah, maybe we can both finish in the top 5, maybe.
yeah, one more question before I let you guys go. How much do you guys think you guys are going to rely on each other for this race? You guys are the 2 that are in Discord that at least know. Most of everybody else is a 3 or 4 car kind of pack, or at least in a team deal. So how is that going to affect how you guys work with everybody or work together?
Can you answer that? I didn't hear half of the question.
Just how are you guys going to work together, knowing that you guys are just a 2-car team compared to everybody else being 3 or 4?
Well, I hope I can start racing more races. I believe I can. I believe I can make the majority of the races now, especially in the Super Speedway. But hopefully we can get someone come in and join us, and maybe get another car or 2.
You're here at Tennessee Tango with Dave and Mike, looking for another team or another teammate. So anybody watching, looking for a team, there you go. There's a little call, but all right. We'll be looking forward to it. See what you guys got for the race.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Part of the Tennessee Tango team there. And let's go ahead and talk with Chad Adams. Chad, right quick before this race starts, want to interview you. Won last week, looking to go 2 for 2 in the Super Speedway League. Part of the, or at least in chat with Clay. Looks like Brady now and Zach. So how much are you thinking you're going to rely on your teammates to work together and get to the end and hopefully win this deal?
Hopefully all the way. We always usually work pretty good, so hopefully it stays that way, and I'll beat them to the finish line again.
Well, you did it last week to work good for you, so we'll see how it goes starting outside pole. So that looks pretty good for you. starting out, and hopefully we'll be seeing you here at the end.
I hope so.
Chad Adams starting second, but we'll go through the field and see how everybody's stacking up. So at the front of the pack, it's going to be Brady Watts starting on the pole after the invert. So he gets the pole. Mighty fine job by him for now. So he gets it set on the pole as everybody's grinning. So Brady Watts going to be on the pole for the main, with Chad Adams, his teammate, on his outside. Starting in the second row, going to have Greg Everett and the 5 of David Livingston. In row number 3, going to be Zach Zaldivar and David Hurt. Both really good in their heat race and looking to go back-to-back, or looking to make something happen. And then row number 4 going to be Ryan Wasserman and Mike Presley as they finish second in the heat race. And row number 5 is going to be the row of heat race winners. Doug on the outside, Austin Albritton on the inside. And row behind them, Bully Chef in the 18, first Toyota in the field. And behind them, Austin Albritton. You see the All Sing Motorsports trio trying to get 3 wide, maybe for a picture or something. So they're 3 wide there as Jason Batsby and Jacob DeLago rounding off the field. And Clay, here he comes. Clay rounding off the field. Slow boy Clay. Always there to have fun. So Clay's going to round out the field, but we're ready to set. Ready and set to go racing here for the 50-lap main here in heat race, or after the heat races. So looking forward to this deal. Race number 2 is about to kick off underway with Xfinity cars at Daytona. Brady and Chad going to lead them to the green, went over the starting lineup, and it's ready. Invert of the heat race for the top 5. So here we go. Heat race number 2, ready to get going. Brady Watts, Chad Adams going to lead them to the green. Race number 2 of the WTF Racing Outlaw Signs and Graphics Super Speedway League is green. The field already making dicey moves. 3 wide in the middle. A few cars are after a big checkup from that inside line. So Chad Adam out to a pretty big lead already. Field, we'll see what everybody does. Only 2 fast pairs, so these drivers are going to have to keep that in the back of their mind of where they run, and to be careful with that as they go flying down the back straightaway. See Chad leading that bottom line. Brian, first one on the outside with Doug behind him. David Livingston in the second spot, pushing Chad. 2 Chevys on that inside now. David's going to try to take the lead. Going to try to go around the outside of Chad through the tri-oval. Not going to lead the lap, but going to have to try. They make a little bit of contact. A little bit of contact from the 98. 98 sideways in front of the field. 00 sideways. Back up the track into the pack he goes. In front of the field, and they wreck behind him. Caution flies for the first time tonight. Got the wide shot now in front of this pack. So you saw up in front, the 98 gets in the side of the 5, and the 5 able to save it. Incredible save for the 5 as the 98 and 00 go for a spin. The 10 trying to go around the pack, and that spins the 17 in front of everybody. The 17 tries to save it, just gets tagged by the 301, and they're spinning. But the 10 trying to shoot the gap gets into the 17 out back. So that's what happened there. But the 98 gets into the 5 after a big save from the 5. Everybody able to save it. But then the 00 spins in front of the field. Back up into the 5. So big damage there for David. Ooh, hard on the inside wall as well. That's unfortunate for David. After the contact there, he resets and brings her back to pit road. But already problems on lap 2. Drivers are going to have to be careful with that. See, pace car lights are out. And we're ready to get back going green. Chad Adams leading it back to the green. Going to have Brian Wasserman to his outside with Doug 3rd. David Hurt 4th. Brady Watts 5th. After the contact with the 5, spun the 5. So Brady's going to start 5th here before this restart with Mike to his outside. Bully, Greg, Jason, Zach, Clay, All Sing Motorsports, and Jacob going to round out the field. So pace car lights are out. We're getting ready to roll once again. At the front of the pack, pace car pulls off. Be watching Chad. He controls the restart. Chad fires. We're green. See, big swerve from the 00. Not going to be good. He already in the wall. Big contact. It's going to hurt Greg with a little bit of damage there. So not good for him as they single filed out in this top 6 spots. Already people trying to make moves. Brian trying to go to the outside. Doug's going to go with them. That means they're going to get single file already. But a few swerved in the back. Zach and Clay looking to be dropping back. Greg kind of on his own, but now it's a battle for the lead and a chain for the lead. Brian around the outside. Going to be clear into 3. Doesn't look like that's going to happen as everybody's still coming down the front straightaway. Greg, you got a copy? Greg.
Got a
Alrighty, I was trying to see if Greg wanted to do an interview with me, or a double broadcast, get him in the booth with me, but I guess not. So, Brady helping push his Everett Motorsports teammate on that bottom line, with Brian still trying to work it. Dave in 3rd on that inside behind Brady, as the field's kind of bunched up once again. Field all situated down the front straightaway. A little bit of swerving, but everybody trying to hold it. So we're going to ride on board with Austin Baker here in the 10 car on the bottom. 5th car on the inside, as we see from the roof cam. See everybody fighting around the outside, all the swerving, everything going on. Everybody trying to hold her straight. See a little bump to Mike. Don't know if that's a good plan with everybody in front pushing like that, but they're ready to go. Like I said, straight to the end, so no yellows if we go to the end. But that outside line seeming to be making do for Doug, at least during the heat race, and last week worked out for him for at least most of the race. Bully and him worked good together and was able to get to the lead, and Doug led the most laps at the conclusion of last week's race. Is Brian now, he's going to bail out, maybe go to the bottom, or go to the bottom, maybe he got loose, trying to file back in. We'll see. Going to stay on the apron. Luckily, don't think that'll cause anything. Looks like it won't. So, smart move from Brian. Got out of the way. Trying to be smart with it. Well, that's going to cost him. He's already dropping off the paces of the 17. Right next to Doug. Are going to be almost 3 wide. A little bit of contact for Mike. They're spinning on the front stretch. Mike and round in front of the field. Doug. Hard hit. Right in front of the field. Caution 2 waves. See, on board with Doug here. The 17 kind of coming up, keeps coming up. And from on board the 17, they make contact. That spins them. And deep in the field, nowhere for, I believe that was Jacob in the 99. Tries to avoid it. Sees him spinning, tries to avoid it, goes in the grass. And thinks that they're going to come back up the track, so tries to turn left. And left was right into the door of Doug. So unfortunate there. But 3 cars getting involved in that one. Gonna have to be careful with that. It's looked like, ooh, Doug's a little sideways. What is going on there? Doug? See, Doug trying to do the moonwalk, or what's going on with that? All right, that is a interesting look. Okay. He is moonwalking, side crab walking. So he's coming to pit road, going to take his fast pair and get her fixed. But back up at the front of the field, everybody, get ready for the restart. Looking interesting as we're going back green flag racing this lap. Brady and Mike going to lead him back to the green. Brady fires, we're green. Brady got a good restart. Mike did not. Mike slow on that outside line. We'll see if anybody's able to get clear. And who's going to be the ones to ride? Who's going to try to race it early? Drivers know they only have 2 fast pairs, so going to have to be looking out on that for the rest of the race for the ones who've used it. Obviously, smart plan would be to try to save it, but none of these guys seem to be doing it as Bully trying to make it 3 wide already. Go underneath Mike. Bully's going to try to take a lead, and he does. So Bully to the point early. Doug trying to make something happen around the outside. Going to go 3 wide once again. Doug with a monster run. Doug to the outside. Made his way up to have a nose and take the 4th spot. Brady going to go high. He's going to try to take over the lead from Bully now. As it's side by side now for the front of the field. Bully, Brady, and now Doug looking to go 3 wide. Doug being racy already. Fighting it around the outside. He's going to at least clear Brady. As Brady's going to get down. Now Brian's going to be pushing Doug on that outside line. So Doug making moves. Working that 3rd lane. Learning as much as you can early to set yourself up for position late in the race. As now here comes the field closing back in. See, that is one of the All Seeing Motorsports cars. I believe that's All Britain. A little hard to tell the numbers, but All Britain there pushing Mike. Then behind him is Baker. So those two trying to come through the field. Doug, Brian still running the top line, and the front 4 are single file. Doug on the outside in the 67, on the outside of the 17. Mike Presley on that bottom lane. See if anybody's able to. Doug's mounting. See if Doug's able to mount a challenge for the outside. Now Albritton. He's going to get clear of Doug. Now he's going to go to the top. Brady as well. He's going to go to the top. So now the top building momentum. Austin Albritton going to make it 3 wide now. At the front of the pack. Getting racy early. See how that works out for him, but it's going to work out for at least the field not wrecking yet. As Brady files out back to the inside line. And Doug pushing Albritton in the 67. A little bit of swerve from that inside line. Brady loose entering turn number 3. Front of the pack, side by side, Austin Albritton, Bully Chef. See who's going to lead it at this stripe. Finish. Practice for the finish. See who got it at the line. Austin got it. Austin leads that lap. as we saw someone go through the grass a little bit. I believe that was Mike, able to save it. So good save for Mike. We'll get a little bit of a wide angle now. Coming off turn 4. Or off of turn 2. See a few cars just riding at the back. But Doug's still trying to make it 3 wide around the outside. He's out there now. So Doug on the outside. 49 in the middle. Brady Watts on the inside. Then the 5 back up. David Livingston. Back up to the front. Austin's going to make sure Doug ain't going to try to go 3 again. He's going to kind of throw the block, chop him a little bit, get the push from him. See the flyby, see the speed of these cars. See, Bully still leading the field. Not much of a challenge yet to get to Bully. Throughout this race, a little bit of contact now. The 98's going to go around on the front bumper of the 10, and they're spinning. Caution's going to fly. The 5 back up in front of the field. Oh, that could have been bad. Brady still rolling in reverse. Little flip around, and the 3rd caution of the night's going to fly. From the spotter cam, see it far up above. Looking at the 98 and the 10. Looking like here, the 10 tries to go to the outside of Brady and just gets into him. Saw Brady go up a little bit, swerving, and kind of came up in the 10 and him make contact. Up into the 5 as the 5 goes spinning. Brian and Mike, nowhere for them to go as they spin through the infield. As oh, that was close. Let's ride on with Clay and see what he saw as they wrecked in front of him. Go from his in-car, see the wheel and everything like that. We can see the 5. He's not able to see that. And as they get to the banking, sees him now. Tries to get on the brake, and he does. Able to avoid it, but contact from the 98 and 10 causes that one. Deeper and deeper into this race we go. The more intensity is going to build. And these drivers are going to have to work their way through it. Seeing it's already heating up. Bully doing a solid job leading. Bully all on the loud pedal out front. And now his biggest competition, I'd say, David Hurt on the outside. Looking good, Dave. And 2 teammates, as we interviewed them during the warm-up, Mike Presley and David Hurt, they found their way to the front of the field, so we'll see how they're able to work to get 1-2. We asked them how they were going to work together and how, knowing that they were at a disadvantage with the team and car count, see how that works out for them. But coming back to the green here on lap 22 restart. Bully on the inside, Dave on the outside. Bully fires, we're green. Very even restart for the front 2. Dave on the right rear, just trying to get down. He does. He's going to open up that top line for Doug as they're trying to build up momentum and speed. Doug doing good at the front of the field. Able to get down in front of Mike. Brady looking for a hole. See everybody get clear. All Seeing Motorsports gets clear. They're going to go right by Brady. And with no help, Brady's going to start to drop back. Is Doug going to be the first one to try to roll that outside line? Going to lose a lot of momentum. Not going to work out for him. Nobody went with him. So that's not going to work for him. As the field starting to group back up here, Doug trying to stay on the right rear of Mike. Pull him back. Doug going to get clear. We could talk about a few guys working together this race. At least in chat, we got Doug, Bully, and Brian. So Bully leading the field. Doug in 4th. And Brian in 5th. So pack at the front of the field. Tennessee Tango with Mike and Dave. 2nd and 3rd. So that team's doing good. Allsing Motorsports, JD Rutzer in the 54, Austin Baker in the 10, and Austin Albritton are 6th, 7th, and 9th. Brady Watts, part of Everett Enterprises, and in the same chat with Chad, Zach, and Clay is Brady's doing 8th. And then a few of the lone cars that first race with us. Jacob, looking to make moves, hopefully get his last back, and then a few of the guys riding at the back of the field, trying to save those fast pairs. And looks like most of the field now starting to race it smart. And sometimes that's the better way to race it. You got to race it. Sometimes it's better to race it smarter than harder. So everybody's still in the single file lines so far. As here comes the 8 with a big run. The 8 with a big run. That's going to be Jacob around the outside, looking to get his spots back. Still carrying the momentum. Working that outside line. We'll see if he's able to get his laps back. We'll have to do that next yellow. With this pack still rolling. See Jacob on the outside trying to get it, that outside line rolling, and he's doing it so far with a little bit of help from Brady around the top. So Jacob trying to get his laps back. Brady helping him at least roll the top and making it work as the front two out in front. Bully still leading on lap 27. Dave pushing him. Just behind it is we're going to go NASCAR Crank It Up. Well, we got it cranked up on board with Doug now. I'm going to get back at the action now, but Doug gets the outside line. Everybody now getting racy. With Jacob not on the lead lap, but leading the pack, heading into turn 1 by a nose over Bully. So Doug, while we were riding on board with him, get up. Now Chad's starting to get back into the mix. Now the outside line. Big swerve from everybody on the outside line. Brady trying to make something happen on the outside line. Trying to push Jacob. Jacob trying to fight for his laps back. Knows there is a chance. There's no more yellows in this race. So knows he's got to try to at least get it back. And if we do get one, to be out in front. As big battles. Trying to build momentum. Everybody trying to put their car in the position that they want to be set up for the end. Still got 20 laps to go that time at the line. But it's starting to get down to crunch time. Setting yourself up to be where you want. See one car going to bail out. That is Austin Baker on the inside line. Plays smart cards. And back out of that seeing, in his opinion, how racy it's getting. So he thinks better of it. Backs out now. Now it's going to leave the third car on the outside to J.D. Rutzer, his teammate, behind Brady. As Brady's going to get down now in front of Mike. Well, this field looking to make something happen. Well, at least one of them. Chad, he's finally got his way into the top 5. On the outside of Mike. Going to help push Jacob here. But Chad, for the first time tonight, inside the top 5. Last week's race winner. Working the outside, getting the momentum built up. Big thing here at Super Speedways is the momentum, so you got to be careful with that.
Okay, cool.
This pack still going at it, so they know how much is on the line. Set yourself up, get a good points day. We know a few guys already have, with Doug and Albrin won the heat races, so they're up 3 points on everybody at the moment. As the outside line is starting to get momentum now, it's working for them. There's 3 cars under a blanket. High-speed pace lap for the top 6. Chad locked on the back bumper of Jacob. Jacob going to be barely clear for maybe a 1/10 of a second. But he's leading the pack at Daytona. Maybe not leading the race, but leading the pack. Well, lap 33 down the back stretch. Going to ride on board here with the 98 of Brady Watts. See what he sees in front. On the back bumper to the 77. Sees Doug to his outside. Now Jacob's going to get clear heading into turn 3. So good move for Jacob. Hopefully able to just stay out there in case a yellow comes. He's hoping it happens behind him, and he is hitting the caution, or at least in it. So now Bully going to have to push. Still the leader of the race, but pushing a lap car, so he's got to be careful with that. Bully going to try to get clear. There's a little bit of contact now. The 77 in front of the field's going to spin. The 5 up and over. 77 nowhere for the 55 to go, and the 77 goes around in the front of the field. As we see here, the 77 on the inside line underneath the 51. Comes up the track just a little bit, gets into the door of the 51 and spins in front of the 98. Nowhere for the 98 to go. He gets air. The 5 into the fence. Tennessee Tango, both of them are going to be involved in this wreck. The 301, nice move for the 301, and Zach, nowhere for him to go in front of it. Let's go ahead and ride on board with the 301 and see what he saw. From on top of the roof. Sees the wreck happen, gonna shoot the gap. And he's able to make it through. Nice move from Jason there. His first race with us, so he's doing a solid job playing the card smart. And it's worked out for him so far, but 77 spins off the door of the 51. Another shakeup with under 15 laps to go. As we're ready for the restart, it's going to be lap 38 when these drivers cross the line. 18 Bully, 51 Chad Adams on the outside. So these boys are ready for this restart. Pace car lights are out. He's coming to pit road. Bully in the Valvoline car, still leading it. See if anybody's got a challenge for it. He fires. We're green. as everybody's able to run now, trying to get where they want. Restarts. Easiest place to make up spots, but also easiest to lose them if you're not careful with it. See 3 cars on the outside, most of them on the bottom. Now Zach and Clay, they're trying to build up a run. Let's see what Zach does down the back straightaway here. He's going to try to go to the outside. Brady kind of blocks it there. Aggressive block from Brady on one guy he's actually working with, so didn't work out how Zach wanted it or needed it to, but was able to avoid the carnage if they made contact. And off of turn 4, who's it going to be coming to the strike? Chad and Brian coming line. Brian's going to lead it with some help from the 49 around the outside, helped him get around it. Now Brian goes to the point. So Bully from the restart lost 3 spots from the inside. Not worked out for him, that restart. Down the back straightaway. One on the wall. Brady a little bit tapped to the wall as Doug trying to work the outside line. He's going to push Bully around the outside. We'll see how those two work together. Bully usually the pusher in those two. So they've kind of flip-flop positions. Last week they were together. It's coming to line. Who's going to lead this one? Dead heat. Brian ends up leading that one. See in the bottom left, he leads at the line that time. Bully in the Toyota. Brian in the Chevy. Inside the top 5, it's Chevy, Toyota. It's Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Ford for the top 5 currently, as they're still battling. But newcomer to the front of the field, Zach Zaudiver, talked about his win at the start of the season for the trucks. He's found his way to the front of this field and looking to make something happen. Uh-oh. He's at the front of the field. I'd say he's becoming really good at these super speedway races. Was side by side to the line. Him and the car in front of him were side by side coming to the line last week for the win at Talladega in the ARCA cars. They battled it out all the way to the line. So we'll see if they're able to work together. Now you see Dave trying to go to the outside. Who's going to go with them? Bully. He's going to go around Brian. See if he's able to get to Dave's back bumper. Bully trying to side draft. See Brady getting a good tow now as the 55 and 51 working together pretty good. They're both in the same chat, so they're together. And looks like a repeat of last week as we got 8 laps to go. Bully in the 18, you see just at the right of the screen, has dropped back quite a bit. Part of that group has fallen back a lot. Doug and Bully, part of Brian's group. So they've dropped back a lot. Maybe a strategy play from them, or just wasn't able to have the speed late, and they dropped back from it. Now Brian's going to go to the outside. We'll see who goes with him. Dave, if he's able to get to his back bumper, he will. He's going to help him, so we'll go on board with Dave here, as he's trying to work with Brian around the outside of these cars. See All Seeing Motorsports 54 on the inside. Flyby. Everybody, now. This is where it matters. Putting your car and setting it up for this last closing in on the 5 laps to go sign. Barney the flag guy is going to hold up 5 fingers, signaling to the drivers 5 laps to go. Next time by, as Doug in the back of the 8 that time. Brady slow on the bottom. Not sure what happened there, but he lost a lot of momentum. Now Brian's going to try to go to the outside of JD Rutzer. Not going to have the momentum or the speed to be able to do it. Means he's going to drop back a lot of spots. Now, Zach going to try to challenge Chad for the lead. Not going to work out for him. It allows JD to get to his inside. JD been methodically working his way to the front of the pack. Hasn't even made a move. Just everybody trying to go up high and make their own moves. And it's not worked out for him. Now you got the 67, the 8 to the back bumper, the 55. So we're coming back to 5 laps to go. Everybody all in for these next 5 laps. Only one I see really lagging back is Clay and Albritton. Everybody else pretty much in this battle, trying to make something happen. Positioning, all that matters. And positioning and luck. Biggest 2 things that you need here at Daytona. Still leading the front pack. It's Chad on the inside. We'll ride on board from the fast drone in front of his car. Looking out back with JD pushing him. Brian on the inside line has a little bit of contact with 55. He's going to spin. In front of the 67. That spins. Caution's going to fly once again. All right, you see right here, we'll focus in on Zach. A bump from the 9, or from the 8, all over his back bumper. Did a solid job pushing, and just a little too much on the right rear. Zach goes around. That involves the 67, and he gets tagged from it. The 301, nowhere for him to go, but Doug's going to get involved in it again. Don't know if he has any fast pairs. Same with the 301, but the 55 spins off the front bumper of the 8, and he goes around. So caution flies again. Not what these drivers needed or wanted, most of them, but we'll see who's able to stay running, who's got fast pairs, who doesn't. Maybe just survival of the fittest. See Doug in pit road here with no back bumper, nothing, so he might be out of fast pairs. Mike as well in pits. He's a lap down. Jason, he's coming out of the pits. Didn't get anything fixed. See if he just didn't have any fast pair or anything like that. But a few cars going to come down pit road. Austin Baker coming down pit road. Obviously, tires aren't going to matter here at the Super Speedway. So these drivers coming to get their damage fixed and everything that they could. When we get back going green here, it's going to be a green, white, checkered finish for the Xfinity cars, race 2 at Daytona. Chad's going to be leading it. JD Rutzer on his outside. Brian in 3rd behind the 51. 18 behind the 54. So, who's your friends? Who's your buddies? Who are you going to work with when we get back running here? Pace car lights are out. Green, white, checkered to finish off race number 2. For the restart. Rolling into the restart zone. Green, white, checker to finish her off. Chad fires, we're green. JD able to get clear. That's a big move. Able to get clear, set himself up into a good position. As the 18 sign a side draft. Not going to be able to get down. So bad spot for him. Chad hoping they make it around to the white flag. They're going to have to do it again, but as long as they get back to the white flag, any wreck that happens, don't matter. White flag, they run it back to the finish. So cars trying to make moves around the outside. You see the 98 and 18 working together. They're trying to make something happen on that outside line. Coming back to the stripe. White flag for Chad Adams as he crosses the start-finish line, trying to go back-to-back. White flag. You see Brian Wasserman trying to make a move to the outside. JD Rutzer looking to the inside of Chad. Who's going to be able to get around him? Brian goes to the outside. First one to try to make the move. Bully does have the power to push him. JD has an opportunity. Is he going to take it? Everybody trying to push. Do what they can. for the last time heading into 3. Who's it going to be? Does Bully have enough power to push Brian? JD, one final chance off of turn number 4. Coming to the stripe. Who's it going to be? Chad Adams is going to win race number 2. He goes back to back. Chad Adams gets her done as they cross the line and all crash. Chad wins another one here at the Super Speedway. What a race. Come to the line. See him off of turn 4. Chad in front of the field. And they're all trying to line up where they can as coming to the stripe. Bully tries to go just in between Brian and the 49, Austin Albrin. They make a little bit of contact. The 7 spins, 49 in the wall, and they wreck behind him. But Chad ends up winning it with JD second, David third. What a race. Coming to the stripe. Hey, Chad able to hold off JD. JD tried to make a move, but Chad held his line perfectly. He knew there was nothing that JD could do. Sees the yellow line, didn't want to go all the way underneath it. See Dave kind of get shoved out there from it. But Chad able to hold off JD as the run to the line. Let's go ahead and interview Chad now. Chad, do you got a copy?
I got one.
Well, you make it back-to-back wins here for the Super Speedway League in that brand new paint scheme for the Xfinity car. It looks good, and you get it done. Talk to us about how that last restart worked out for you and how you were able to finish off and get back-to-back wins.
Pretty good. I didn't want to be the leader. Usually the leader is a sitting duck. But luckily they was racing each other, and I might have pulled a little sketchy block. I don't know. But you got to do what you got to do to win these races. So if they don't like it, oh well.
I didn't see nothing that you did wrong. You did. Hey, Super Speedway come a line. There ain't nothing that I see wrong with it. But you end up getting her done. That makes it back-to-back wins. The best Super Speedway racer in the league. I'll give it to you. Definitely got that down. Leading the points. I'm pretty sure. We'll see after this race. I'm pretty sure that you're leading the points after it. But you go back-to-back. Talk to it. What does that kind of put your confidence level at? You won back-to-back races, at least for the Super Speedway one. I know the truck may be a little bit different, but still a win is confidence booster and a win. So where does that put your confidence for the Super Speedway and the Truck League?
Puts it up there pretty good, you know. I mean, winning's always good. So, but when you can put one back to back, I mean, it's even better. So, biggest thing is just keep doing it, and hopefully, I can just win every one of them.
Well, that's the goal. Everybody's going to try to take it from you. They know that you're the favorite heading into these ones, so we'll see how everybody's going to try to defend you next week. But you get her done. Congratulations. Second win of the season. Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Also, thanks for sponsoring, obviously, Outlaw Signs and Graphics, Super Speedway League. So, obviously, you sponsoring it. So, cool that you got the win as well.
Yes, sir. I'm just glad to see a lot more people coming out. Hopefully, we can get more and more and have a big field and go do some real racing.
Yes, sir. The more the merrier. But anything you want to shout out or anybody you want to thank for this win?
Just thank Everett Enterprises, WTF Racing. Everybody kind of helps. Zach and Clay for being teammates. My teammate Brady, apparently he's off suspension now. So hopefully we can get him a little bit better. He was a little bit all over the track tonight, but we'll get him there. He's young. He's learning.
Well, you hear it from the man. Chad Adams gets it done from the race number 2 at Daytona. Congratulations, Chad.
Woo!
Chad makes her back-to-back wins. You hear the woo and excitement for him. So a solid run that he had there. What a race. Coming to line. All everybody could do was make as many spots and try to gain as many as they could. We'll go ahead and interview JD Rutzer now. JD, do you got a copy? Saw that you were streaming, but do you got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, had a chance. Everybody started battling behind you, coming to line. Didn't look like you were able to build up any momentum, but coming to line and off of turn 4, what did you try to do? And what was the only thing, or what was something that you may have changed to try to beat Chad coming to line there?
I don't think I would have changed anything, to be honest. I just wanted to be clean all the way to the line, and if I had a run, I was gonna make a move. But unfortunately, I just had no one shoving me to get alongside them or just make a move at all.
Well, you had a good showing. Know that that's going to help you at least a little bit in the points, and good points day for you. You had a lot of battles going on. Talk a little bit about what you thought about the race in general, how well the Xfinity cars draft in your opinion, and Daytona.
Daytona's always fun, obviously, but these Xfinity cars are a little bit hard to keep straight. That was pretty apparent in the race tonight. But other than that, I mean, I think I had a lot of fun. I think a lot of other people had maybe a little bit less fun, but it was a good night overall.
It was definitely a fun one to watch. We got Xfinity cars, or Legacy Xfinity, later in the season, so be looking forward to that one because this one was good. I believe that one's at Talladega, so a little bit more room for everybody to maneuver, but solid P2 run for you tonight. Congratulations. Who would you like to thank?
First of all, I'd like to give a big shout out to Overhead Surf Shop. They put up a good amount of money for all seeing. And secondly, I'd like to shout out my paint shop, Smoky Bernie's Paint Shop. If you need anything done, you get to me and I'll get you some good pricing. AB Powder Coating, Overhead Surf Shop again. But yeah, All Seeing Motorsports and everyone in the group. They're such a great group of guys, and I couldn't be more thankful to be with them.
Well, definitely a good one. Solid run for you, P2. A little bit short, but you'll definitely get more during the season. Always fast at these super speedways, especially with your team. So congratulations, second place.
Appreciate it. We'll keep fighting.
JD Rutzer finishes off P2. And the man we talked about most of the race, David Hurt, comes home P3. David, you got a copy?
Yes, I do, sir.
Well, solid job. First race with us and top 3. So showed the speed tonight. We always say you're one of the best super speedway racers in the league, and it showed tonight. Definitely battled a lot of the race and put yourself in a good position. Come to the line, come up a little bit short, but what was your plan, or what was you hoping happen heading into the last lap and on that last restart?
Yeah, coming up on the last lap, I was on the bottom. There was no way I was going to leave the bottom because every time I've ever tried to make a pass on the outside, it always ends up bad for me. Either end up getting wrecked or just don't have any help behind me. But so I was going to stay on the bottom and hope that I was able to make a move right before you got to the start finish line. Unfortunately, I was locked in. I couldn't really go anywhere, and I'm happy with a third place. Man, it was a good race. I was able to keep my car clean most of the time. I did cause one accident, and I apologize for that. But hopefully everybody will let me come back and race again.
Yeah, we always love having you. We liked this one. We like this league. This is obviously we only got the 2, but this one always fun to see the battles, and it's really competitive week in and week out being super speedways, and you're one of the best at them. So hopefully you're able to show up next week because definitely going to get a win sometime this season. But what was your opinion on the Xfinity cars and how they race? But what did you think of them throughout it?
Well, I actually like the Xfinity cars. I'm still a little nervous about trying to push with them because I just haven't done it a lot. Now the Cup cars I can push with, but I like these Xfinity cars. I like them pretty good bit. It seems like it's a pretty competitive all the way across the board.
Yes, sir, they are. Like these things a lot. So you end up P3. I don't know if you looked at the schedule, but one thing I do want to ask, what race or what car are you looking forward mostly to race in the season?
I think I would enjoy I think I would enjoy the Gen 6 cars, and Talladega is always my favorite. So, hopefully I can get a win there this year, and I'd really be happy if I did.
Yes, sir. That's we'll be watching. We're going to be going there in a few weeks, but next race is at Charlotte in GT3 cars, so a little bit different cars for drafting, but we'll be ready for it. That one's going to be a fun one, but congratulations. You end up P3. We'll hopefully see you next week, and a solid run for you tonight.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
David Hurt rounds out the top 3. That's going to end her off for tonight. After a heck of a battle from everybody trying to beat Chad, he's able to go back-to-back tonight. Won it last week, won it tonight, so he makes it back-to-back wins in the Super Speedway League, putting a dominant performance week in and week out, so it looks good for him so far. We'll see how it works out for him next week. Next Wednesday, 8:25 EST, GT3s at Charlotte. We'll be ready for that. That's a little bit fun one. That we'll see. We'll see what the difference in cars and who shows up for that one with all the differing cars and things like that. So we'll see how that's gonna play out. Then we go back to Talladega and the next gens the week after. So be on the lookout tomorrow or next week on Wednesday at 8:25 EST for another Super Speedway race, and then trucks as well. So I'll leave the link for the league into the description for whoever's wanting to join us and race with us. We got 2 leagues, truck and Super Speedway. So if anybody's wanting to join, I'll put the Discord link in the description. Go ahead, join us, tell us where you're from and stuff like that, and we'll get you all set up. So if you guys enjoyed tonight, leave a like, subscribe. We'll see y'all next week.